What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Alex Reviews. So, I want to apologize right here, right now, for not doing movie reviews the past couple months. I haven't been able to go to the movie theater, and I have a bit of a sore throat right now, so I've been sick too. Then of course the depression stuff that's been coming up, but also just like, there's not been a movie out that I really wanted to go see. Yet, at least. The only one that I kind of wanted to see was Split, and then I was going to go see it, but then the weekend I was going to go see it, it was coming out of theaters, so whoop-de-doo. Looks like we're not going to go see Split. It just, there hasn't been a movie out that I really want to see, even though I kind of do now want to see maybe Moonlight, or the Lego Batman movie, or something along those lines, but not really. Anyways, the only reason why I saw this movie was because my dad got it off of Redbox from somebody else that works with him, and so he was just like, hey, this has The Rock in it, it's got Kevin Hart in it, and my dad loves The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, so I watched it, and I heard about it. I kind of wanted to see it a bit last year, but it got overshadowed by something else. Well, I believe it was Kubo. It was an animated film that it got overshadowed by. But that's why I haven't been doing so many movie reviews, and I've been doing all this other stuff. I've been doing TV shows, I think, and I think I might have done one movie review since January of 2017. But today I'm going to try and start getting back more into the movies. Maybe even a bit more in-depth analysis to a review that I've already done, or just reviewing more Disney films, more films that I'm going to see. The Belko Experiment I plan on seeing, and that's going to be awesome, so I can't wait to review that. But anyways, let's get into Central Intelligence, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart. This is directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, sorry. I forgot to look up what else that he did, but I've heard the name before. He's directed other films before. So, next thing, ASAP, before I get into the movie, ASAP Pebs requested that I dabbed in the next video. There you go. ASAP Pebs. I dabbed. You're welcome. Anyway, that was so cringe. Fuck. Anyways, let's just hop right into the review. The originality of Central Intelligence. So the basic plot of Central Intelligence is that Kevin Hart was this dude that peaked in high school, and The Rock was this really fat kid who got thrown into the gym during the final assembly naked, and so everyone was laughing at him. He got made fun of. His name was Robbie Weirdick. Sounds like Robbie Weirdick. And so now Robbie Weirdick works for the CIA, and the CIA thinks that he is a bad guy who killed his partner and is this thing called, like, the Black Tiger or something. I forgot what the special name was, but something along those lines. And it's pretty good. But back to the review. The originality of the film. This isn't an original film. It's one of those, like, buddy cop films, but you don't know whether the cop's the good guy or the bad guy, or you don't know whether the guy's the good guy or the bad guy. It's been done plenty of times before. I could give you thousands of examples of it. It's simple, not meaning that it's bad, but it does take a few points off. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. The predictability of this film. And normally, though I haven't said this much, when the originality normally is low, the predictability is normally going to be low because you've seen it been done before. Therefore, you kind of know what's going to happen. In fact, you can know who the Black Tiger or whatever name they give it is about, like, right after the first act ends. Right after a certain trigger moment. In fact, I'm going to say it since I don't do spoiler-free reviews. I don't know why I'm hinting at it. When they first start talking about The Rock's partner in the CIA dying, Black Tiger. Like, it instantly clicked. There was no doubt in my mind. There was a little bit of doubt when The Rock shot Kevin Hart, and that was just to throw us off. I was, like, nearly certain that was just to throw us off, because The Rock's been doing it throughout the entire film. The characters of the film. I don't know if I said predictability gets 1 out of 5. The characters of the film. The characters are well structured. They are a bit simplistic, kind of like in Circle. They're stereotypes, yes, but I prefer to call them simple characters because they're a bit different than just very subtle stereotypes. I really like how Kevin Hart peaked in high school, and now he's an accountant working at in an office, and none of his coworkers really like him. His boss doesn't like him. In fact, he upgraded the guy that he was chauffeuring around instead of upgrading Kevin Hart. So, but I do like these characters. A couple of them seem a bit too mean-spirited at times. But it's a comedy film, so I kind of understand why Kevin Hart's doing this. But then you got people like Maggie, who's just being kind of a dumbass. I don't really like Kevin Hart's wife in this film. I really don't like it. So 7 out of 10. Also, another problem, when I see these characters, I don't see Calvin or Golden Jet. I don't see Robbie Weirdick. I don't see Phil. I don't see Trevor. I see The Rock. I see Kevin Hart. I see Jason Bateman. I see Aaron Paul. I know these people, and I can tell that it's them. It's not that hard to tell. So, 7 out of 10. The story and the plot. A weaker point of this film is its story and plot. It's just so... it's set up weird. So what happens, basically... The Rock sends Kevin Hart a Facebook message one day. They accept, they go out that night, they, like, realize, hey, wow, you're Robbie Weirdick? I thought you were that weird kid. You, yada, yada, yada. And then, it immediately cuts to the next morning, the CIA showing up at Kevin Hart's house, and The Rock, who was supposed to be sleeping in the other room, is now gone. And apparently he can do that. He has, like, teleportation powers now, because he's a part of the CIA. It doesn't make too much sense, but let's just roll with it. And then it just starts talking about the Black Tiger and how he needs Kevin Hart for the accounting thing. He needs him to hack into something. And then Kevin Hart keeps flipping sides. He goes on the CIA side, then he turns on their back and goes with The Rock, and then he turns on The Rock's back and gets him arrested, nearly killed. And then again it happens where he turns on the CIA going to The Rock. And then it's like both of them are fed up with him, but they compromise and they find out that the Phil guy was the bad guy the entire time, which is very predictable. It's so simple, and that's my biggest problem with it. Like, I could have thought of this in like 20 minutes if I wanted to make a comedy/action film. And that's what this is. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. The moral of the film. Moral of the film basically is just like that, you know, that one kid in school that, you know, wasn't smart, he was dumb, he was poor, he was fat, he was ugly, all those things. Guess what? The dude can be the fucking leader of the CIA, even though The Rock wasn't. He could be a badass, is basically what the message is. Shows that anybody can be a badass, and I like that moral. 10 out of 10. Is it or will it be dated? Another big problem I had with this film is that there were so many references to much better movies or TV shows or actors or everything. I like Kevin Hart and The Rock, but man, this performance was bland, and it just felt like references. It's the reason why people do not like pop culture references. Just because you reference something that's better than your own film doesn't make it good. Now, you can do that in a certain way, which they do a couple times. There was this funny joke, I forgot, I think it was about, like, The Godfather. That was pretty funny. But besides that, none of them really hit. You need to do it in a way that Zootopia did it. Zootopia made a really good Godfather reference. And when they made it, it was more of a reference, not a, well, it wasn't just calling it, saying, oh, Hangover. Just name a comedy film that's way 10 times better than what you already have right now. So, 2 out of 5, I think it's going to be dated. I don't know, a couple references might stick around, but it just was poor. The pacing of the film. Now, here's one thing that I really do like about the film. The pacing was great until the end. Like, it was slow, but it was fast enough where you could keep along. And I kind of like that pacing style. I really do. It feels like you're watching a 2-hour movie. This movie's only an hour and a half, by the way. This is a very short movie. I felt like I was watching a 2-hour movie that was good. Except at the end. The end slows down so fast. Like, the main plot's over with all the action and everything. And it's Robbie Weirdick at this prom. He's naked. And he's just like, ah, yes. And he meets up with this girl with the 2 lazy eyes that he is now in love with, or he was in love with then and he's in love with now. And it slows down so much. That last 20 minutes feels like another 45 minutes tacked on. So it's like a 3-hour film I'm watching here. The first 2 hours are great and the last hour is fucking shit. So I don't like that last bit, but a 4 out of 5 on the pacing overall, very good. The total impact that I had with this film. This film didn't really have a big moment. I would say its climax would probably be when The Rock shot Kevin Hart in the shoulder, and that was pretty impactful. I did feel bad for Kevin Hart, because he'd helped out The Rock so much, and then The Rock just goes and betrays him. Even though it wasn't an act of betrayal, it was just The Rock being The Rock in this movie, or Robbie being Robbie in this movie. And I did feel bad. It wasn't great. It didn't do much, but I mean, I was impacted. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Does it the target audience and beyond? I feel like this film nailed its target audience and went just a tiny bit beyond. Like, I don't know. I felt like my dad got a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I got good enjoyment out of it. But that's about its demographic. 16-year-olds to 40-year-olds. That's about the demographic. I don't think it would have hit anybody any lower. Don't think it would have hit anybody any higher. The younger kids would not have gotten any of the references at all, of course. But the older people, I don't know, I feel like they might have thought it was a bit too mean-spirited. It was a bit too stupid at times. They wouldn't have gotten some of the references. You know, normal stuff. 6 out of 10 for the target audience, to be honest, because I think it went a little bit beyond, but I don't think it went too far beyond. The relatability of these characters. These characters are pretty relatable. I mean, you got the guy that peaked in high school, you got the guy that did the complete opposite and is peaking right now. Just great characters overall. And I only say those two because those are the 2 characters that we're with for most of this film. The agent is like the normal agent. You got the betrayal guy, and then you got the bully from high school. And you got Kevin Hart's wife. Those are your characters that have more than about 3 or 4 lines in this movie. Not too big of a cast of characters, but they are relatable for the most part. I think you can relate to most of these characters. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The acting overall. So here's the actors in this film. Calvin/Golden Jet Joyner is Kevin Hart. Robbie Weirdick's The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Agent Pam Harris is Amy Ryan, who's a good actress in her own right. Phil, played by Aaron Paul, and I absolutely love Aaron Paul. He plays Todd on BoJack Horseman. Fucking hilarious, dude. He doesn't get too much room here to do much, but he is good. He's a very good actor. Maggie, who's played by Danielle Nicole, I believe. And Trevor, played by Jason Bateman, who's a great actor. Most of these people are great actors, but again, I kind of just saw themselves. The only person I feel like put a good bit of effort into it, or like good enough where I could see the hiddens, was Aaron Paul probably. But that's just because he didn't have much screen time. Maybe Amy Ryan too. But I saw Kevin Hart. I saw The Rock. I saw Jason Bateman. I kind of saw Amy Ryan. I kind of saw Aaron Paul. I don't know who this Danielle Nicole lady is, but I probably would have seen her if I knew her. She wasn't that good. But the acting gets an 8 out of 10. And the overall enjoyment I got out of this film. This film gave me some laughs, and that's what I need out of a comedy. I didn't expect much going in, so my outtake was pretty well. So I got an 8 out of 10 for the overall enjoyment. Overall, I'll give this film a 6.6 out of 10, which is the same exact score that I gave Finding Dory. So if you like Finding Dory, you'll probably like this film, even though they're absolutely nothing alike. I gave them the same score. I got the same amount of enjoyment out of them. Probably actually a little bit more out of this one, in fact. Because Finding Dory I had so much expectations for, and this one I didn't really have too many expectations for. But it's a good film overall. If you haven't seen it already, I'd recommend it for a Thursday night matinee. Not matinee, just a Thursday night little watch, Redbox rental. That's what I meant, not matinee. I don't know where that came from. Redbox rental on Thursday night. I'd give it a look. You'll probably like it a little bit more than I do. I kind of was being a critic on my first run through of this, which I should not do, but sometimes now it's just a bit harder to. And so I probably would have enjoyed it even more if I was just watching it to watch it. Would I watch it again? Probably. It'd have to be a little bit, a couple months maybe. But yeah, if someone wanted to sit down and watch it with me again, like I don't know, one of you guys or something, I'd probably watch it with you. So, overall, 6.6 out of 10, good movie, go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what you want us to react, review, give a thought on, give a topic, a topic of discussion for me to talk about, or just like a list, because I really wanted to start doing more lists on this channel. And your 150 subs special is coming soon. We've got like 35% of it edited, I'd say right now. So, and this is as of Tuesday, February 28th. So, yeah, go check out my Twitter, my Patreon, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video by the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.